continuing our series on an overview of a Fair Debt Collection Practices Act case against an abusive debt collector. And the very first step is really before you meet with the lawyer. And what I suggest you do in this step is to gather all of your information. Do you have letters from the debt collector? Do you have voicemails? Do you have notes about your phone conversations? Do you have a little sticky note from a neighbor that's been called by the debt collector? Anything at all you have, and that would include credit reports, but anything that might remotely be related, you want to gather all that up, have that ready, have it organized, so that when you sit down with the lawyer, you can explain, okay, this happened, this happened, this happened, then this happened. And creating a timeline is a very valuable thing to do. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be handwritten, you can type it, whatever your comfort level is. But make that timeline and try to put as much detail. And so if you're wondering about a particular call, get your cell phone records if they called on your cell phone. And look through there and see, does it have the date? Does it have the time of the call? Have you been keeping a collection log? We certainly recommend that you do that if you are not doing that. Keep a collection log where you track who called, when did they call, how long did the call last, what's the phone number, what did you talk about? Put all that information together as best as you can. And we understand there may be some gaps or some holes or some things where you're not quite sure about in the timeline. That's okay. Just put as much information as you can. Gather all your documents, and then when you sit down with the lawyer, if you're in Alabama, you're welcome to meet with us. But I think most lawyers would have the same opinion that we do, is we want to see all the information that you have so that we can do our job, which our job in that initial meeting, and we'll talk about the actual meeting in our next video, but our role is to help you understand what your options are. You may have 1, 2, 3 options, whatever they may be. And we say, here's the good and the bad of this option, the good and the bad of this option, and so on. And so it makes our job easier if you have gathered up that information, those documents. So our next video, we'll talk about that actual meeting. What should you be prepared for? What should you expect to have in that meeting? And what is the outcome or the goal of that meeting? We hope this video and the other videos in this series will be helpful to you. If you live in Alabama, feel free to give us a call. My name is John Watts. You can call me at 205-879-2447. Go to my website, alabamaconsumer.com, or my blog, alabamaconsumerlawblog.com. Thank you and have a great day.